Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call for a motion for the acceptance of the minutes of the April 2nd, 2024 meeting. Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Public forum for this evening. No public forum. We'll move on to reports and correspondence. I don't have anything. Board membership? Nobody. We'll move on to our trustee news reporter, Jack Henry.
Good evening. So for happenings and events, the elementary school Someone Special Dance for grades pre-K through second grade will take place Friday from 6 to 7:30. NISMA Solo Festival is also on Friday for kids performing instrumental and vocal solos. Good luck to all. The Village Cleanup will take place this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and the National Honor Society induction is next Wednesday at 6 p.m. For athletics, the varsity baseball and softball teams started their seasons. Both teams played their first home games yesterday, and they both have home games on Thursday against Highland. The varsity track teams had a dual meet this afternoon against Spackenkill. And finally, for fundraisers, class of 2027, I think Mr. Burns might want to hear this. Class of 2027 is selling Krispy Kreme donuts. And finally, it's beginning to warm up, perfect in time for the new merchandise on our website. The link is tinyurl.com/ECSD merch, or you can use the QR code.
So I think Mr. Burns is ordering a tractor trailer to be delivered to his house.
We'll see.
All right.
Jack, you know I wanted to know about the Krispy Kremes.
Thank you, Jack. We'll move on to Superintendent Lisa Wiles.
Just a couple of things. Late notice today that it appears that there will be a budget in place. Governor's announced. There's some things, we don't know how it's going to affect our numbers, but they pulled back on the safe harmless. But there's some other tweaks in the formula we don't know how will affect our numbers. So we're hoping when we meet on the 30th, we will share some information. The budget has to be adopted tonight, so any modifications could be made, after that. I think that we budgeted conservatively with the decrease that we had, but we'll bring you up to date on that. There's also some legislation pending about modifying the APPR process. We're looking forward to that. We'll have hopefully more information on that in the next couple of days. Just a couple of other things. I just want to remind people that nominating petitions are due back to the central office by Monday the 22nd at 5 p.m. The last meeting I talked about early mail ballots and absentee ballots and them being the same thing. But the applications are available now, but the ballots won't be available until the 23rd. And all the ballots have to be received back into the district no later than 5 o'clock on the day of the vote. Day of the vote is May 21st, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the district, in this room, in the Junior Senior High Media Center. At the next meeting on the 14th, we'll have our mandated budget hearing. No changes, just a presentation that's mandated by law that we do that. And that's all I have tonight.
Thank you, Superintendent. Assistant Superintendent for Business, Mr. Vince Napoli.
Thank you. No report, but on the 23rd is the next farm to school. It's barbecue chicken with hot and spicy sweet potatoes, so that's local honey infused with hot peppers.
Sounds good. Deputy Superintendent, Mrs. Kelly White.
Good evening. I want to make the community aware of two communications that are coming out from the district. So I'm currently working with the technology department on the rollout of a communication platform called Ellenville Rooms. So any community member, staff member that currently has the Ellenville Central School District mobile app, there's going to be a feature toggled on in there, which will allow staff to start having two-way communication for the remainder remainder of this year, it'll be building principals will be able to send out notifications, get responses back from parents that are only viewable to the principal and the parent. And then next year, the plan is to open that up to teachers to use in the classrooms as well. Right now, our teachers are using a variety of different platforms to communicate with teachers, and we want to streamline that process so that there's one unified tool and that it's streamlined through the company that hosts our website. So there'll be a letter going out in the next couple of days to make parents aware that if they have the app, they'll get a notification, and if they don't have the app, we're encouraging them to download it. We will still continue to push out notifications through our other communication channels, so there'll still be emails and robocalls and mailings from the district. We'll use our social media and website, but this is just to help streamline all of the additional communication apps that families may be using to communicate with the school or with teachers. There will be a pilot of that program. A couple of our spring coaches are going to try to use it to communicate with parents about athletic events, and a handful of the teachers on our school improvement team are going to try using it in their classrooms just so we can work out any issues between now and the end of the school year and hopefully be ready to roll in September. There's also a letter going out this week. It's a requirement from the State Education Department that we notify parents of advanced coursework that their children can access. I'll put we just finalized the letter, so I'll put a copy of it in board docs so everybody could see what it is. But there's a requirement now that the district has to both mail a letter and post on their website the advanced coursework opportunities that children have. And we'll be mailing that out at the end of the school year, probably in April each year, and it'll go to students in grades 5 through 11. And the reason it goes out to 5th graders is because when they get into 6th grade, it's those 6th grade teachers that'll make a recommendation for honors classes in 7th grade. So what the letter includes is things parents can do to help their children prepare for a recommendation for an honors placement or advanced coursework, as well as a list of all the advanced coursework that we have and the benefits of taking advanced coursework. So I'll put a copy in the board docs so everybody can see that, but that'll be going out in the community this week.
Question,
Yes,
please?
go ahead.
Kelly, I saw in the board that there was a proposal for 3 new courses.
Yes.
I like the courses, but this year we had a bunch of teachers have to sign on to take a 6th class. With budget cuts and dropping enrollment, will this be an added burden to us having to do more 6th period classes or an extra class for the teachers? Or can we work that out with the existing staff?
Well, with the art classes, the way that they've been running, and this is how a lot of the TV radio classes run as well, they'll have 2 courses concurrently running in the same room. So they'll have students in there that are on the advanced track, and then students in there taking the general level, the introductory level course. So currently our ceramics runs that way, TV radio, I think the graphic design course. So they have 2 rosters of students, and they personalize the instruction because those class sizes are so small anyway. So they're running 2 classes at the
Right.
same time. And we've had that practice here.
The math will be an extra class.
The math would be an extra class
Okay.
since we have students that have not been successful in the Regents but did pass the class, and if they're not reviewing those skills in preparation of the Regents, they're likely not be successful on it during the next administration.
Like I said to you, I appreciate that there's a half a credit for that because the, additional work that is required by the state provides no credit, and it's tough to motivate kids with that. So I think that's a good idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Move on to personnel resolutions for this evening. 5.1, athletic trainer. Upon the recommendation of superintendent of schools, be resolved that Jabari Mosley be appointed as the athletic trainer at contractual rate of $72,243. Step 5, bachelor's. This appointment shall be subject to a 6-month probationary period effective August 15, 2024 through February 14, 2025. Pursuant to Sullivan County Civil Service rules, such appointment is contingent upon the district's receipt, fingerprint clearance from the New York State Education Department, but no later than 45 days from the date of hire. Be it further resolved that Jabari Mosley be approved to participate in the summer professional development during the summer of 2024 at a rate of $41 per hour, work not to exceed 20 hours. Been moved and seconded. Discussion? Mr. Burns.
You know, there were certain requirements we had to have with things like a sink and other materials for him to work. Did we square all that up?
Yes, we found a classroom in the junior high school, and he'll be setting that up with some other equipment that we'll be securing for him.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. 5.2 Memorandum of Agreement. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, be it resolved that the Memorandum of Agreement between the Ellenville Central School District and the ETS RPA Teachers Unit be approved as attached. Been moved? Seconded? Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Election inspectors.
Motion to move the list of election inspectors.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. 5.4 Stipulation of Settlement. Be resolved, the Board of Education, the Ellenville Central School District, that the stipulation of settlement with employee number 1768, copy of which shall be placed on file with the district clerk, is hereby approved.
So moved.
Moved, seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. 5.5 Substitute Security Attendant. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, be resolved that Wesley Cruz be appointed as a substitute security attendant at a rate of $18 per hour work for the 23-24 school year. Such appointment is contingent upon the district's receipt of fingerprint clearance from the New York State Education Department, but no later than 45 days
So
from the date
moved.
of hiring. Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.6 Permanent Appointment. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, be it resolved the appointment of Cameron Orr, registered nurse, be made permanent following successful probationary period effective April 30th. Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Resignation. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, be it resolved the resignation of Angela Carlini, Spanish teacher, be accepted for the purposes of retirement, effective July 1st, 2024, with regret. Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.8 Leave of absence. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, be it resolved that Suzanne Ailman's request for an unpaid leave of absence be granted for the period of April 22nd, 2024 through June 30th, 2024. Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.9 Long-term substitute teacher. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, be resolved that Bethany Crescini be appointed as a long-term substitute teacher for Ailman at a contractual rate of $59,496, step 1, effective April 11th, 2024 through June 30th, 2024, or the return of the teacher. Been moved. Seconded. Discussion. All the, John, sorry.
Yes.
It is prorated, yes. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Budget resolutions for this evening. Under 6.1, adopt BOCES budget. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, be it resolved the Board of Cooperative Educational Services Administration budget in the amount of $7,140,277 be approved for the 24-25 school year. Been moved? Second. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 6.2, adopt the proposed 24-25 school budget. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, be resolved the Board of Education, the Ellenville Central School District, adopt the proposed 24-25 budget in the amount of $64,743,465, which is subject to voter approval at the annual budget vote on May 21st, 2024, and to levy the necessary tax.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Real property tax report card. Upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, be it resolved the Board of Education approves the real property tax report card for the 24-25 school year as attached and as required by the New York State Education Department. Moved in do I have a second? Seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Anybody want to move the
Motion to
education?
move 7.1 to 7.5 for BOCES board member election seats.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. 7.6, be resolved the attached list of student IEPs be acknowledged as appropriate. There are 8. Moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 7.7, new course proposals. Resolve the following new courses be approved as attached.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Volunteer, 7.8. Resolve the following volunteer be approved for the 23-24 school year, and it's Nancy Amore, assist with
So
varsity
moved.
girls golf. It's been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Under construction resolution. It's been moved. Seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Under other,
Motion to move 9-1 to 9-5.
been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars for the next meeting. It is on Tuesday, April 30th, 2024. Anybody like to see anything on the next agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? We're adjourned.